What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today, as I'm sure you can tell by the title of the video, we are going to be talking about something that I think most people would agree is one of the most annoying things in the game, and that is of course Phasma's Sentry Droid. Now, this thing has been a bit of an issue ever since people realised just how easy it is to just camp right next to it. It's not too bad in Galactic Assault, to be honest, but when it comes to HVV, this thing has been known to just completely ruin games at times, as all you need to do is just get the whole team to camp near the turret and it will cause the enemy team a fair bit of trouble. So again, as the title suggests, the point of today's video is just to try and figure out a few ways to get around the issue of the Sentry Droid and its deadly stun, and with a few of these tests I have found some very handy ways to go up against it. So hopefully some of these tips will come in handy later on for some of you guys. Now, before we get started, I am contemplating turning this into a little series where I go through the game and figure out some ways to combat things that are always getting us killed. This was originally going to be a Mythbusters episode, however I thought it might be good to keep it on its own and maybe turn it into its own little series. So let me know if that does sound interesting to you, and also let me know if there is anything else like this that you want me to make a video on. So anyway, starting off with the most simple thing, which is just the block feature for the Saber users, and one thing I had to mention was that as long as you are blocking, even if you're facing away from the turret, it can never stun you. So blocking is one way that you can avoid the stun, however it does only work for a very short amount of time. As you'll see, when Luke runs out of stamina, the stun can get you at that point, and so while this is a good tactic, you do just need to keep in mind that it's only a temporary strategy, so make sure to get out of the way before your stamina does run out. The same goes for Yoda and Obi-Wan too, however when it comes to Rey, she is much better equipped at dealing with the turret. I'm sure some of you guys will know just how powerful her inside ability can be, and this method definitely does prove it. As you'll see in this clip, she can actually infinitely block against the turret when she uses the ability, as it will give unlimited stamina when active, and then even when it runs out, it will regenerate before her stamina runs out again, which means she can just reactivate it and continue with the block. Even when you activate the ability and she does that little animation, if you keep holding the block, it will actually keep on blocking even though her saber isn't in the right spot, resulting in an infinite block against the turret. Now, you can see I'm aiming the shots back at the turret and it just doesn't actually seem to take any damage, and so you can't actually destroy it. However, you can just aim at Phasma instead, which will definitely make her panic. She'll then either try and move out of the way or try and attack you, and either way you should come out on top in that situation, so Rey is definitely one of the best ways to go against the turret as a Saber user. Moving on to probably the next best equipped Saber user, which is Yoda, and he can also make very quick work of getting Phasma away from the turret in order to quickly deal some damage. Now, if you head towards the turret holding your block, it will stop the stun similar to the other Saber users, but it will also charge your unleash ability when the turret keeps firing at you, and so because of that you can then use that charge to push Phasma away from her turret, which will make it a lot easier to take her out. The only issue is that you will get stunned as soon as you do use the ability, although for those of you who did watch my Yoda hero guide, there is also a way to get out of that stun almost instantly. After you've pushed her away, as soon as you get stunned, you can just simply use the presence ability, which does break free of all stuns, and then also use your dash straight after that, meaning you'll push her back, cancel the stun, and then also gain a lot of ground in there so that she doesn't come running back to the safety of the turret. So again, Yoda is also definitely very well equipped to beat a camping Phasma. Next, we have some pretty obvious strategies, which is Luke and Obi-Wan's force pushes. Similar to Yoda, if you use Luke, equip the further push star card, and then hold block until you push, you can clear Phasma away and then gain some ground after the stun is over. As for Obi-Wan's, however, his all-out push is actually long enough that you can stand out of range of the turret's stun and still knock Phasma away, and then just hold the block and walk straight past the turret, so definitely another very handy tip to use. Now, with both of these guys, if you can try and get her out of range of the turret and then force her to fall back, she will be much easier to take out, especially combined with some of your other abilities. Now, moving on to Leia's squad shield, and this is definitely one of the better ways to actually get rid of the turret. Say you walk around a corner and see the turret, there are actually a few things that you can do in that situation. You can either place the shield down like normal, which will protect you, or you can actually place the shield so that the turret is trapped inside. Now, either way, the turret will shoot at you, which will damage the shield, so it definitely won't last forever, but it will give you enough time to hopefully take out Phasma before she gets a chance to run inside the shield. And even if she does get inside the shield, that's not a terrible thing anyway, as you can just remove the shield on your own. There is also another way to do this as well, however it is definitely a little harder than the other two options. If you can put the shield down the perfect distance from the turret, you can actually get the foot of the turret inside the shield, however the rest will be stuck outside the shield. This pretty much means that you can damage the turret, however it won't be able to stun or damage you, and so you can very easily take it out in that situation. Definitely easier said than done, but it's not impossible and it's a very handy way to take out the droid. Next we have Lando's smoke grenade, and this one is pretty self-explanatory. It won't stop the stun effect, however it will stop the turret shooting at you, and so you can take it out in 2 or 3 cooldowns without having too much trouble at all. Just make sure to stay out of range of the stun. Now as for Han Solo, he doesn't really have any tricks up his sleeve like the other characters, however he can just completely melt the turret anyway, and so when it comes to him, Chewie and Finn, all of these guys are definitely the least equipped. However, they're also still very capable so long as they do stay out of range of the stun. Now lastly, we're going to move on to some of the regular infantry rather than the heroes, starting with the Assault Smart Ion Grenade. This thing is pretty crazy. It actually takes out the turret instantly, so overall you'd probably have to say that this is the best way to take care of Phasma's turret. Next we have the Heavy and their Ion turret, and again this thing will completely just melt the turret within 2 or 3 shots, and then on top of that the Ion Shot mod for the 3rd Heavy Blaster does also take it out very quickly too, so overall the Heavy class is very well equipped to take it out. Now last but definitely not least, we have the NT242 and its own Ion Shot as well, and this thing will take out the turret in 2 shots, and so again this is another awesome way to avoid any trouble from the turret. This kind of explains why it's not as much of an issue in Galactic Assault. I guess the 3 easiest ways to destroy it are all to do with regular infantry, and so that does make a lot of sense as to why it's never been as overpowered in GA compared to HVV and Hero Showdown. So that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Hopefully some of these tips will help you out next time you come up against a Phasma, as I definitely know I've learned some very handy tips from making this for you guys. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like down below. Not only does it help support the channel, but it does also show me that you want to see more videos like this in the near future. Again, if you have any other stuff like this that you would like me to test, then definitely feel free to let me know down in the comment section. I would definitely love to make a few more videos like this showing you guys how to combat certain issues in the game. If you are new to the channel, then definitely feel free to subscribe and make sure to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any more Battlefront 2 guides or live streams. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.